23 of Neetcode 150. Evaluate reverse Polish notation. So the problem goes as follows. You are given an array of strings tokens that represents a valid arithmetic expression in reverse Polish notation. We will go over what a reverse Polish notation is. And we have to return the integer that represents the evaluation of the expression. So within tokens, we might gonna receive numbers, we might gonna receive operators. We also have to round towards the 0. So if we have 5 divided by 2, we are gonna have to return 2 rather than 3 or 2.5. So what is the reverse Polish notation? It is super simple. You see here the first two values, you have 1, you have 2, and you have a plus sign. Well, it is exactly the same as writing 1 plus 2. It's just that in this notations, you are going to add the operators at the end of the two numbers, okay? So you see here 1 plus 2 is written as 1, 2, and plus. This is 3, right? And after this, tokens will become 3, 3, star, 4, minus. So we are going to have 3 stars, which is the same as 3 stars 3. So we are going to have 9 at this point. After this, we have 9, 4, and minus. So we are going to do 9 minus 4. Careful here, we can't do 4 minus 9. We're going to have to do 9 minus 4. All right. So the data structure that we are going to use is a stack. So let's say that this is what we are given. Okay. And in the problem, we won't be given edge cases, so we won't have to deal with a division by 0 or a list of tokens that only that are composed of only operator. It is gonna work, so we don't have to care about the edge cases in this problem. So let's get started. We have our 3. We're gonna add our 3 to our stack. We have 5. It is not an operator, so we are going to add it to our stack as well. And now we have a star. So we are going to have to do some operation here. We are going to pop both values out of the stack. And we're going to multiply them since we have a star. All right, and we are going to take this result and place it now in the stack. Now we have 7. So we are going to add 7 to the stack. And finally, we have a minus sign. So we are going to have to take our 15. Use the operator minus. And that second value here is 7. And return 8, which is results in the stack. And we're going to do so by popping the values. So at the end, we are going to receive a stack with a length of 1. And we're going to return the first element. And it's going to be the answer. Okay? So let's go ahead and code this. So first, we want to create a stack, which is an empty array. And now we're going to say first C in tokens, or for token in tokens. We're just going to add a couple of if and elif statements here. So what do we do if we have C that is equal to a plus sign? Well, and since the problem is not giving us edge cases, we can assume that if we have a plus, it means that there are at least 2, or there are 2 values in the stack at the moment. So we are going to say stack, and we're going to append to it basically the addition of stack.pop plus stack.pop. Okay, and we're going to have to be careful because tokens is basically a list of strings, so we're going to have to convert the numbers into integers. All right. Now the second case, let's say that C is a star. Okay, we are gonna say stack that append stack that pop multiplied by the other value, and we don't really care about the order because it won't change the result. Okay, so we are going to go for another operator type. So elif C, what do we do if we have a minus sign? Okay. Um, one thing we can do is simply to multiply the results by -1 so that we get the actual results um, of a reverse Polish equation. But what I will do is just set A and B. A is going to be equal to the first value popped out of stack, and B is going to be equal to the second value popped out of stack. So now that we can manipulate the values A and B, we can return stack that append B minus A. And now we can do the if statement for the division. Okay. So what if we have a slash? We are going to say once more A and B. A being equals to the first value popped out of the stack, and B is the second value popped out of the stack, and we are going to append to the stack basically division of both, and it has to be rounded towards 0. So there are a couple of ways to do that. The first is to use the method int, or the second one is to use 2 slashes. So this is really up to you, and you can see in the results that both techniques are giving 2, which is what we mean by rounding towards 0. So I'm just gonna say int is b slash a. All right, and if none of these if and elif statements are true, it must means that we have an actual value. So we're just gonna append it to the stack. Okay, and now we actually gonna loop through every single token in tokens. We are gonna do the necessary operations, and we can return the first value of the stack, and it's gonna give us the result. And we got an error. Can you tell me why we have an error? Because we are appending the number as it is in tokens, and in tokens it is a string, right? So we have to make sure that it is an integer. There we go. So this is how we solve the problem 23, evaluate reverse Polish notation. I hope you learned from this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.